We would like to welcome you to the Odra, Cooking, and Fine Wines channel. If you have been looking for information on how to make teriyaki steak, burgers and more, we have our top 4 videos that we have researched and want to present to you. But first off, there are links at the bottom in the description of this video that will take you to the page that you see here, if you are looking for some amazing cookware on Amazon. Just briefly take a look here as we scroll. Also, there are links below in the video description that will take you to the page that you see here, if you are looking for deliveries of fresh meats and groceries from Amazon as well. Just briefly take a look here as we briefly scroll as well. Also, be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for us as well. But now, let's get to our selection of videos that we have researched for how to make teriyaki steak, burgers and more. Video number 1 is from the Sizzle Cooking YouTube channel. Video number 2 is from the OluKai YouTube channel. Video number 3 is from the CHIBI Chef, Japanese Home Cooking YouTube channel. Video number 4 is from the Six Sisters Stuff YouTube channel. Video number 1 is from the Sizzle Cooking YouTube channel. Video number 2 is from the OluKai YouTube channel.
And I'd like to thank OluKai for having me on this Anywhere Aloha Fridays Summer Barbecue Series. I'm going to get started on this barbecue teriyaki meat. Okay, my father used to make this as a kid. I learned from him how to make it, cooking it for my friends, and now it's time for me to cook for you. So I'm going to get started with the marinade. So, this recipe is extremely simple. We have our short ribs right here. We have our green onions, granulated sugar, ginger grated, and some chopped garlic and soy sauce. So what we want to do is combine all of those ingredients together to start. And normally what I would do is I would get probably about the same or equal amount of sugar and soy sauce. Kind of stir this together. To this, I'm going to add the minced or chopped garlic. I have some grated ginger, and then we have the green onions to go with this. And what you want is, without even tasting it, what you want is kind of a syrupy consistency. The viscosity of the soy sauce becomes very thick because of the sugar. So I have the marinade here. I'm gonna just taste it real fast. Tastes pretty good. I like it more on the sweet side. There's a lot of people that might like their teriyaki sauce on the little saltier side, or maybe that little salt that comes through. Whereas I like it more of a sweet taste. It's just the way that my father used to make it, so I kind of like to go with that. So with this, the next thing I'm going to do is, get the short ribs. So my father used to marinate the short ribs for about 2-3 days. What I like to do is actually let the short ribs kind of sit in the refrigerator for about a week after I buy it. That way, you get that little bit more of it becomes a little bit more tender. In my opinion, the enzyme starts to break the tissues down even a little bit more. So after about another week of sitting, and of course you can leave it like this if you like, and leave it more of a steak cut, but I kind of like it a little bit thinner. So what I'm going to do is just cut this in half. Okay. So I have this more like a kalbi, which is of course the Korean, kind of like the counterpart to the teriyaki. Okay, so I have the short ribs sliced. Basically, as you can see, again, you know, you got the viscosity, right? You got that thickness, you got the syrupiness. You know, it's kind of like nice and glazy. It has a nice sheen to it. And you know, all the green onions floating around, you have all the flavors of that coming through to the soy sauce. So what I'm gonna do is just grab the short ribs that I cut and just put them in here. Okay, so we have the CHIBI wood in there. You get the barbecue really hot. So I love cooking with the Kamado because you know, my father used to always use the Kamado when I was little. So, you know, me and my father cooking with the Kamado, and then, you know, I would come in and jump in and, you know, use it and cook with it also. I kind of fell in love with this cooking method. You got to kind of watch it because, you know, we don't want to caramelize the soy sauce and the sugar too much. So what I like to try to do is kind of like flip it every so often so that it doesn't get burnt. You get the nice caramelization, but, you know, you want to get check. Teriyaki beef that my father used to make for me, and I learned it from him, and this is a great treat to be able to make this for all of you.
Video number 3 is from the CHIBI Chef, Japanese Home Cooking, YouTube channel.
Hi, it's Yuri. Welcome to my channel, CHIBI Chef Inspired Japanese Cooking. Today, I'd like to show you how to cook the teriyaki burger. In Japan, at McDonald's, we have a teriyaki burger on the menu, and it's one of the most popular burgers in Japan. We use ground pork meat for the teriyaki burger, but it's quite difficult to get a ground pork at the grocery stores in the US, and I think the texture of the plant-based meat is quite similar to the ground pork. So I use this plant-based meat today. It's very tasty like real meat. So even though you're not vegan, it's worth to try my recipe. Let's get started. First, divide the plant-based meat into 2 portions to make 2 burger patties. If you find ground pork, you can use it instead of the plant-based meat. Then shape into patties just slightly bigger than the buns you plan to use, and make it between 1/2 to 3/4 inch thick. If it's ground pork, you can make it thicker than this, but for the plant-based meat, it'll taste more like real meat if the patties are not thick. Then make a little well in the center of each patty. This will prevent the patty from puffing up too much in the center. Season both sides of the patty with salt and black pepper to get ready to grill them. Add a cooking oil on a pan high to medium heat, and then place the patties. Cook both sides to get a nice charred surface. We'll cook the teriyaki sauce and meat together in the pan later on, so it's easy to just use a pan rather than a grill for this recipe. While cooking the patties, let's make lemon mayonnaise sauce. McDonald's in Japan uses lemon flavored mayonnaise, and it tastes so good and refreshing. So if you have the time, it's worth making it. Just mix mayonnaise, squeeze lemon, milk and sugar together. If you want to stick with the vegan option, use vegan mayonnaise and almond milk, but please add a little bit more sugar when you use the vegan mayonnaise. And this light refreshing mayo goes so well with the teriyaki sauce. Then take the patties out of the pan and wipe off the excess oil. Before making the sauce, let's toast the buns a little bit in the pan. After toasting the buns, add a soy sauce, mirin, which is Japanese sweet sake for cooking, and grated garlic and ginger. I just used the chopped garlic and ginger this time to make it easier, but if you have fresh ones, of course please use them. Also add honey to glaze the sauce, or add sugar if you want to stick with the vegan option, but glazing is easier with honey. Then cook it for a few minutes over medium to low heat. The texture of the sauce is gonna change as it cooks, and it gets thick and sticky. When the sauce gets a little bit sticky, put the patties back in the pan and cook with the sauce for another few minutes. Be careful not to burn the sauce, but keep cooking until it gets the nice slightly thick texture. Now let's build burgers! But don't forget to keep the teriyaki sauce in the pan, because we will spread the delicious sauce on the buns later. I'm gonna make the teriyaki burger in 3 styles today. First one is a classic teriyaki burger. On the bottom part of the bun, spread a little teriyaki sauce and place the patty on it. Then place some lettuce and the special lemon mayo sauce. The mayo sauce is very light and tasty, so don't be afraid to use it a lot. Then spread the teriyaki sauce on the top of the bun again and put it on the lettuce. It's done! What is the best side for burgers? Of course, we can't miss French fries. So I cooked some French fries and now I have this beautiful teriyaki burger meal set. The teriyaki sauce has a rich and sweet savory taste, and the lemon mayo adds a creamy and lemony freshness to it. It's so wonderful and made me miss the Japanese McDonald's, but I got this delicious teriyaki burger at home with some beer. Super happy! Next one is a teriyaki avocado burger. I sliced a tomato and avocado and I added a few pieces of them in the burger. It adds more freshness from the tomato and richness from the avocado. And for some reason, when we see more veggies, we feel less guilty. This time, as a side, I just added some sesame oil and seaweed powder in the chips and mixed them. The last one is a double teriyaki burger. Just added one more patty on the classic teriyaki burger, but it was something. So tasty and filling. The teriyaki sauce with the lemon mayo and lettuce is wonderful. The burger texture is cooked in such a way with a little char that you can't really tell it's plant-based meat. Hope you liked my recipe and try it sometime. Thank you for watching and see you again. Mata ne!
Hey guys,
Video number 4
welcome
is
back
from
to
the
Six
Six
Sisters
Sisters
Stuff. Today
Stuff
I am
YouTube
making
channel.
another Instant Pot recipe that you can throw everything in, you set it, and you're done. So I'm Kristen, I am sister number 2 from the Six Sisters at sixsisterstuff.com. So the last few weeks I've had a lot of you commenting saying you want more Instant Pot recipes. I've even had a few people texting me saying, okay, share some more. So today I'm sharing with you one of the easiest Instant Pot recipes because you literally are gonna throw everything in, you set it, and you walk away. So today we're gonna make my chicken teriyaki bowls. Now, usually when you make chicken teriyaki bowls, you have to cook your chicken separately, cook your rice separately, cook your vegetables separately. But with the Instant Pot, you can do them all at one time. Now, before I get started with this recipe, be sure to subscribe to my channel and push that little bell so you can get all of the notifications every time we post to YouTube. All right, guys, let's go make these chicken teriyaki bowls that literally take a few minutes to throw together. All right, so first I'm gonna start with my vegetables. I have some broccoli and a bag of carrots.
I like to use the small bag of carrots, but you can use whatever you want. And then I cut mine in half just so my kids can have a bite of carrots without trying to shove that whole thing in their mouth. But if you want to make it simple and easier, go ahead and just leave the carrots small without cutting them. So once my carrots are chopped, then I'm just going to cut off my broccoli. Now in the Instant Pot, it cooks the broccoli really well, so you don't have to chop your broccoli any more than this. Next, I'm going to add 3 chicken breasts to the bottom of my Instant Pot. So I'm using a 6-quart Instant Pot. If you're going to use a 3-quart, just make sure you cut this recipe in half. Then you're just going to dump your cut up vegetables right on top of the chicken. Next, I'm going to add 2 cups of brown rice. Now you can use white rice, but I really like the brown rice. A few people mentioned that they like to soak their rice before dumping it in. That is totally fine too. All right, next I'm going to add 2.5 cups of chicken broth. Now this should give you enough liquid to cook the rice and to cook the rest of the vegetables and chicken in the Instant Pot. All right, so now you're just going to put your lid on top. Make sure you close it. Make sure your little vent is on sealing, not venting, sealing. Then make sure you set your timer. I pushed the meat button and I'm going to do it for 20 minutes because my meat is thawed. Then with this recipe, I'm going to do a quick release. That means I'm going to let all the steam out at once. Now I'm going to go hunting for my chicken. So I know it's in there on the bottom, so I'm going to pull it out the best I can. It will fall apart because pressure cooker makes your meat so good and so juicy. So just try your best to get it out. Then I'm just going to shred my chicken. Now you can get a really sharp knife and cut it into chunks, but for me it's just easier to shred my chicken. All right, when you're all done shredding, you're going to just dump it back into your Instant Pot. Then mix your chicken in really well with the rice and the vegetables. Now you can add your teriyaki sauce right now, but I like to add it in individual servings because I don't like very much and my kids love it, so they like to add a lot more than I usually do. So after you pour on your teriyaki sauce, you're just going to mix it in with your rice, your chicken, and all your vegetables. I like to add green onions on top of mine. All right, guys, that is it for my Instant Pot recipe today. Thank you so much for suggesting to make more. If you want to see more Instant Pot recipes, be sure to give me a thumbs up and comment below. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day. We'll see you later.
Now, once again we would like to thank you for watching our top 4 videos, for how to make teriyaki steak, burgers and more. Hit that like button and that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Also remember that we have links below in the video description that will take you to the Amazon page that you see here, for some amazing cookware. And also here, for the fresh meats and groceries that you may want delivered to you as well. Hit that like button and that subscribe button for us, here at Odra, Cooking and Fine Wines.